Welcome, everybody, to the Chaos Engine podcast. We are going to be doing Delta Green, and we're going to name our Delta Green series the Dark Thought. So, or Dark Thoughts probably would be better. Let's add that S on there to make it multiple types of thoughts instead of just one. So thanks for joining us here. My name's Chris. I'm going to be the handler for this here show, at least through season 1. Probably season 2 and forward, but we'll see. Maybe we'll switch it up at the point. We don't fucking know. We don't really have a full plan for all of this. We're just throwing everything together here. Want to warn you guys off the top right here before you introduce everybody that the audio quality for episodes 1 and 2 are going to be slightly below everything going forward. We recorded the first 2 episodes, and then while listening back to them, decided that we probably should get a better audio interface so that we all can be at the same level and quality. And so we did that. And we should have waited, but we didn't because we're dummies. But now we're here, and you know what? We're going to make the best of it. So let's go around the table and introduce our players. And give yourself just say your name and hi, or some sort of form of greeting. I don't know. I don't want to tell you live your life, but
Tyler, hi.
I'm Misha, and not being clever right now. So next.
It happens to the best of us.
Skibidi Bebop, this is Cody. Chucklefuck number 3. That's from a previous cut. You won't know what that means, but there it is.
Jake, hi.
Fucking stealing from me already.
I just thought it was clever.
Like we said, we're going to be playing Delta Green here. We're going to assume that you know what Delta Green is going into episode 1. If you don't, go listen to our episode 0 where we create characters, kind of build them from scratch, and then I give kind of a brief breakdown of what the rules are, and that will kind of help you get caught up to speed. And then you can jump into episode 1 and kind of have a semblance of what the fuck is going on. This first arc is going to be based off of music from a darkened room. So if you've run it before, I've changed a couple things here and there that might make it a little bit different for you, but now you get to see how another group ran it. So you can experience their terrors along and compare what your group went through. So with that, we're going to jump into the episode. So thank you again for listening, and we'll see you all next week. We fade up through the floor in a dormitory hallway as we hear a muffled buzzer of an alarm clock echoing from a room. Our camera slowly follows the hallway as the buzzer grows ever louder, and we slowly stop in front of room 1206. We enter through the door into a room with 2 split beds, and we see a hand shoot out from underneath the covers and turn the alarm off. Misha, what does this character look like?
My character is a very young FBI trainee. She's very small. She's about 5'2", has shoulder-length blonde hair. Always sleeps in sweater and sweatpants because she always gets cold. She has green eyes and freckles and kind of just always... she's just one of those people that just never has smile lines.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
So we see Agent Agnes look over at her roommate, see that she's still deep asleep. She rolls out of the bed. She has on her sweatpants and her hoodie. And the hoodie just simply says FBI on it. We cut to the sound of running and heavy breathing as Agnes is running down a trail that snakes through the woods. Her headphones are in and she's concentrating on the tasks that she has to do for the day. What music do you think she's listening to as she runs? What gets her pumped? Gets her juiced?
I kind of imagine like old school rock.
Okay.
Just, like
Like
nothing,
Boston?
Yeah, just
All
like
right.
nothing special. Just kind of like, it maybe has a cassette player because she's retro like that. I don't know.
I mean, Boston's first album is flawless. There's not a bad song on there.
Facts.
That's 100% true.
We cut to various scenes of Agent Agnes in classes. We see her sitting in a cafeteria eating, whatever food they've provided while she's flipping through some books when her cell phone chimes. Agent Agnes, she looks down at her phone, sees that she has an email. You want to check your phone, Misha?
Do I actually have an email? I do have an email, but it's not from you.
Are you sure?
Oh, I do. Immersion, guys.
Whoa. That just happened.
So Agent Agnes knows that this is her call. We see her go to her room. She starts to pack her bag, and she, starts to, get an email draft set out to send to her teachers. When another email pops up and tells her that her absence has been excused.
Oh.
We then cut to her standing outside of her school as a cab pulls up to take her to the airport. We fade out.
That's so fucking dumb.
We next hear shots ringing out, and we pan down on a row of targets. A long awning coming into view. Dividers separate the space underneath the awning into dozens or so individual stalls. Maybe half of them with occupants firing down range at irrelevant intervals. One of these stalls, two men are yelling loudly over the gunshots, even though they have earmuffs on. It says, "Look, all I'm saying is that it doesn't make any goddamn sense, Henry. What's the point of tricking people that the Earth is round?" The other man fires his pistol, hits the middle of the target, and makes a dissatisfied frown before turning to look at the first man. "Because they don't want you going past the edge where they all live. Okay? They got it good out there. It's basically paradise." The first man is rubbing his temple, closing his eyes. Clearly, he's heard this similar thing from before. "God damn it, Henry. You just told me that the Illuminati were mole people. Why would they need to live past the edge of anything? They can live underground." "I didn't say they were mole people. I said they got a whole network of underground bunkers that they're going to hide in when China launches the nukes. That's why I'm building the bunker in the back of my place." He takes aim at the target again. "You should start yours before it's too late." He fires off another shot, this time hitting the target dead center. The first man lets out an impressive whistle. "You're a decent shot, but you're so goddamn stupid." He's cut off by another man, walks past their booth, carrying a box with two different handguns, several small cases of ammunition, and a couple target sheets, and is setting up down in the next stall. He, solidly built man, still in his prime, but his graying, short-cropped hair has initially led one to think that he's older than just what he appears. I mean, he's approaching like his 40s, you'd say, Tyler?
Yeah, out there.
Okay.
Approaching.
Yeah. And we hear him go, the guy looks over, he's like, "Hey, Levi, you hear this new shit that Henry's on about?" What's Agent Strauss look like? I know we kind of got that description, but...
Well, he's wearing like a gray t-shirt.
Okay.
About 5'9", 5'10"-ish.
Okay.
Mentioning he looks still in his prime, yeah, but I mean, definitely looks a little weathered, like he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
It's played by Henry Rollins.
Nice.
Nice.
So he's got a Black Flag t-shirt on, I would say. But he kind of like... and leans back across the partition. "Which new shit are you talking about, Roger? Is this the flat earth bullshit or the mole man crap he read last week?"
Henry sets down his handgun that he's firing and begins tugging at the pulley to bring his target back to him. "I didn't say the Illuminati were mole men. I just said they got tunnels to live in, goddammit!" Agent Strauss smiles, seeing he clearly has hit a nerve. He turns back to the box he brought, pulling out a handgun and a magazine, and setting them in front of him.
"It's like I said, Henry. You can say whatever dumb shit you want as long as you keep paying me money to shoot at my range."
He loads a magazine in, raises the handgun in front of him, and fires off a single shot. It hits slightly to the left of the corner. He furrows his brow, adjusts his aim, and fires another 6 shots at regular intervals, each one piercing the target nearly dead center. By the time Strauss empties the magazine, Roger has pulled his folded-up target sheet in his pocket and carrying it to Henry's, who's bragging he hit more shots dead center despite having been... There's more holes like on the outside, but he got more in the center, so he clearly is better than the other guy. They're still yelling at each other over gunshots in the background when Levi pulls up his target, waves it towards both of them. No holes in his target wider away from the center than his first shot.
"Don't be too hard on him, Roger. He's got about as much sense as he does aim." It's kind of aiming at the other target. "I don't know where you picked up this flat earth bullshit, Henry. You know I've been to the other side of the world. It's a sphere, you idiot.
He pins up another target and pulls it down range into place, then loads a new magazine into his handgun.
But I will give you this much.
He takes aim at his target.
I've seen enough deep, dark caves to know we don't know nearly as much about the world as we think.
He feels the familiar buzz in his pocket, indicating that he's got an email. He checks his phone and sees a familiar email that he knows it's time for a mission, and we fade to black.
Oh, shit.
A blue jay hops from branch to branch, tweaking its head, looking for any sign of movement on the ground. Something that it can snatch up for an early morning snack. Beneath it are blue avian friends. It's a small log cabin with a small satellite dish on top of it. There is wires running all around the property. We see that there's a small shed kind of set off to the side that has cords and cords of chopped wood. Behind this shed, there's a chicken coop. And kind of sitting in the driveway is an old beat-up Jeep. Some would call it a relic, but Eustace knows that it's reliable, and best of all, it's easy enough to work on if something goes wrong. That's kind of the problem with these newer cars, is everything's so compact in there, you can't get your hands around them. You need a classic car that has a bigger engine hole to get your hands in and fix things when they go wrong. Surrounding the property are solar panels that are used to power most of the security cameras and trail cams positioned around the property. I also think there's like a generator there probably, but he tries his best not to run it as often as possible because, you gotta go get more gas. Inside the cabin sits a man sipping some pressed coffee and scrolling through his emails. Cody, what does this man look like?
Eustace Finnegan. He's 35. He's got that look that's like both low tech and high tech all at the same time. It's like cabin meets cyberpunk. He's got a scruffy beard that he tries to keep, kept, but doesn't do a very good job. And he's just got that wily look in his eyes. That's it. That's no better way to describe it. It's just wily.
All right. We see Eustace scrolling through his emails, looking at the various assignments that he has from different gigs. Some on the up and up, and others, well, not so much. But such is life in the gig economy, am I right? Eustace snaps his head to the side suddenly, seeing movement on a camera positioned that's basically on the edge of his shed facing the forest. He wheels over to that area, kind of rewinds a little bit, and sure enough, he sees a large black object. Maybe a small black bear that seems to have shuffled along the side behind his shed. We see Eustace get up. He walks towards his front door, opens up the closet next to it, and pulls out a shotgun, checks to make sure it's loaded, and slowly makes his way outside. He knows where the bear's heading. He's going to take a peek at this chicken coop. So we see him kind of, in his mind, he's like, I don't want to kill this bear. I'm just going to do my best to scare it. Maybe a good shot near it should spook it. We see him slowly creeping along, doing his best to keep the crunch of the gravel to a minimum. He gets to the corner, kind of takes a deep breath, pops around with the shotgun raised, and there's no bear whatsoever. We see him kind of whipping around, checking the area. Nothing. We see him kind of... All that's there is, the chicken's just pecking at the feed that's on the ground. We see Eustace walk to the area. He's checking for tracks, but again, he doesn't see any. There's no bear prints, no nothing. We see him just kind of shaking his head as he makes his way back into the cabin. He sits down at his computer, and there's a new email. And he sees it pop up on his screen, and he knows the drill. We fade out from that scene.
Word.
Lastly, we open up in a large meeting room at the Hilton Gardens Hotel in Beaverton, Oregon. It is packed with officers and federal workers. Most of them have had their lunch, and they've settled in for the main event of the evening. Agent Duffy. On the stage, a man calmly covers the area, pacing back and forth, pausing every so often to make a hand gesture or maybe share an anecdote about something that he's had in his past. What does this man look like, Jake?
He is taller, 6'3", 6'4", bigger guy with gray hair. He's older, in his 50s. He's about 55. And he is in a bright red sweater that has like a pocket logo of his college mascot.
Okay.
in there. Yeah,
Nice.
and like khakis.
Keeping it casual.
Yeah.
Behind the man, projected on a screen, is a slick PowerPoint that concisely breaks down his speech into bullet points. Agent Duffy never once stops to read what is directly behind him on the screen. He's given this speech too many times to count. Hell, he could probably recite the speech in his sleep if he needed to. Every pause, every opportunity to make eye contact with a crowd member, every antidote is there to help further his point. And as just this perfectly crafted masterpiece as he does this on the stage. We see the presentation come to an end. The crowd goes to a short Q&A session where we see Agent Duffy just effortlessly answer any question that's thrown at him. After a round of applause and many thank yous, we see Agent Duffy exit the stage, check his phone to text her, another one down. Love you. Now Duffy has to face his next challenge, the after party. We cut to the same meeting room, now filled with tables. Fewer tables. Everyone there is kind of gathered around bars. They're sipping on cocktails or a beer. And we see Agent Duffy moving from group to group, talking with everybody that approaches him. And he's doing his best to win over the folks that have come out. He is in mid-conversation with somebody when suddenly he feels the familiar buzz of his phone. Checking it, hoping to see a message from her. But instead, he finds an email, and he knows what that means. We see him excuse himself from the conversation, and he calmly walks out the event center to his car. And we fade out from there. I think we would have the title screen now of, like Delta Green or whatever we call this. Someone want to read the email that was sent to them?
I was gonna say, I really enjoy that you sent an email, and also that it definitely looks like a spam email.
Thank you. That was my plan.
So this email has says confirming your free hotel at Red Lion Inn, and it's got little popper emojis before and after. It says, congratulations, Mr. Strauss. We excited to present to you a new free room at the Red Lion Inn in SeaTac, Washington. Your reservation number is blah 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 blah. And then it gives an address. There's an image. I don't know if it's just not loading for me.
It did not. It's an image of the hotel itself.
It says, please arrive within 24 hours of receiving email to claim your room. And then a lot of info about the Red Lion Inn, which I'm assuming you just copied from there.
Yep, I sure did.
I thought you made that up. I was like, they're really embellishing their hotels.
No,
here.
I went. That's directly off their website. And I just copy and pasted it in there. So
God,
Amazing. They really love their Sealy mattress that they.
I know the exact Red Lion Inn.
yeah, I think that's where they hold us NorwestCon every year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Crypticon.
Yep.
For those who don't know, we are in the Seattle area. We haven't introduced ourselves, so let's go around the table now and introduce everybody before we hop into this. I really want to get that intro out of the way. So,
Cool.
I guess I'll start. My name's Chris. If you didn't listen to our session 0, I am the handler from here on out, and I am gathered by arguably my favorite. Well, I wouldn't say arguably. These are my favorite players. I specifically got these people together to play a game because I love playing with all of them. And now hopefully we're going to bring that magic to your ears. So
Hopefully.
who wants to go next?
I'll go. Fucking beat you, Cody.
Yeah.
My name is Jake, and I play Jim Duffy.
Jim Duffy.
That's it.
That's it. It's mysterious.
Well, I guess I'll go next. My name is Tyler, and I'll be playing Levi Stafford or Agent Strauss.
My name is Misha. Hey, y'all. I will be playing Agent Agnes. Her name is Alistair Circling, which is an anagram. Anagram for Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs, which is the character I'm basing this off of, because I lack imagination sometimes, and I just went with it.
Yeah, my name is Cody, and I'm playing Eustace Finnegan, Agent Acid Reflux. Sorry.
Acid Reflux. Agent Acid
I'm sorry.
Reflux.
That's Misha's. I stole it from her. She's that's always been her code name, but I'm taking it because I love it.
It was my hacker name.
Yeah, Acid Reflux. And Eustace is just a doomsday prepared guy. He's a little crazy. He's all into hacking. And that's what I'm playing.
There we go. Yeah, so I think, Misha, your character's coming from Washington, D.C., so you're going to have to get a flight. I'm assuming it would be booked out, like you would get another email shortly after confirming your email.
Yeah.
Your flight. So you probably have the farthest to travel. I think the rest of you are kind of centered in the Washington area, whether it's Oregon or Idaho or Eastern Washington. So I think we kind of cut to the Red Lion Inn. Maybe we get like those big letters like from a Russo Bros movie that says like Red Lion Inn, SeaTac, Washington. Red Lion Inn is a hotel that's right off of the airport for those who give a shit. And so yeah, I think as one by one you guys arrive, you go to the checkout counter, you give them their reservation number, and they give you a key to a suite. As you proceed to that suite, you unlock the door. You see that there are 4 separate bedrooms in this suite. It looks like they're like 2 suites that they combine together. So like there's, I think each of the Red Lion suites, on the corners, there's like 4 suites that are usually 2 bedrooms, bigger areas. They kind of bought a corner one and opened the door in between. But yeah, so you guys one by one arrive, and you see there's a piece of paper on the table with a note telling you like which bedroom belongs to who. And you call the number once everybody arrives. So 3 of you know each other. You are part of our cell.
Our cell?
Yes, that is your guys' cell.
Wait, our cell? What our cell is?
Our cell.
It's a good letter.
It is.
Incel.
I don't want to go incel. That one just felt, especially with everything going on in the country right now, I didn't think that would be appropriate. Yeah, so you guys are part of our cell, and everybody here notices each other except for Agent Agnes. You're kind of coming into this brand new. And I think the other 3 of you are still waiting for a familiar face to come in. And that would be Agent Rutsack.
Rutsack?
Yes. But you guys, how long are you going to wait?
Well, so if we show up, and I don't believe I got... What would I know Agent Duffy as, like...
Duffy. Agent
Just
Duffy.
it would just be Duffy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys shared your real names with each other or whatnot, so I think you would just call him Duffy.
Yes, I would not have. It would just be...
I mean, Jim, maybe.
Yeah, you can
call
call
me
him
Jim. You don't need to call me Agent Duffy.
Acid reflux is a little long, so just call me Reflux.
Jim Duffy's like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. He's a great guy, but I just don't get it.
I mean, Strauss would be pretty... You know, if we pull up, like, Reflux, Duffy.
Yeah, Jim would pull up and be like, Levi? AR? Oh, wait, the other guy's fucking name is AR. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Reflux.
You just call him Sack. You call him Sack.
Yeah, I call the other guy Sack, and I call you AR.
Yeah, there you go. I'll be like, you don't find it a little weird that we're assigned rooms? Why does it matter? We could just give ourselves a room.
Do you want to trade?
I mean, not really. Yours could be more dangerous than mine.
It's true. I am in it.
Oh, that was good.
Anybody seen Rutsack?
That's,
Is he running late?
you guys don't see anything.
And is Agnes here with us? Or
Yeah, I
is
think
she-
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of feel like you would probably be the last to arrive because you have to
Probably.
fly.
Yeah.
And, like the rest of you guys are like in the area. It's probably a 3 or 4 hour drive. You got to fly. So
I might fly over from Eastern Washington. Who knows?
But Red Lion's right next to the airport.
it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So I
convenient.
think you guys are there. The 3 of you are there, and you hear a knock on the door, and we'll say that's Agent Agnes.
There's Rutsack. He's always late.
Classic Sack.
And you guys open the door, and you see a small blonde woman there. What do you guys do?
Just
We're
there
all
quietly.
standing in the door like,
Yeah.
I think you have the wrong room.
We didn't call for room service.
Wait, we know her before, right?
No.
Oh, we don't.
You
Okay.
don't?
Yeah.
No idea.
She's
Okay.
fresh off the press,
Oh,
might
got
say.
it. Okay.
I picture. Is this like which room is this? Is it like their individual rooms, or
It's
is
this like a suite. So like I kind of figured the suite opens up into like a living room, and then there's 2 bedrooms off to the side, and then there's another door that leads into the other suite that's the same mirror. They're just a mirror
Got it.
image. So you guys are just sitting in kind of the common area or like the
Got it.
bedroom or living room of
One of the two
sides.
common there. Yeah.
Agent Agnes, this is her first time traveling. She's used to not planting roots, one might say, so she travels light. I picture her having like a really plain pantsuit, still trying to be professional, but coming off a plane, you have to be comfortable as well. So. She has a small backpack and a medium-sized duffel bag with her, something you can just easily put on a bulkhead in a airplane. And then she checks, makes sure she has the correct room, and then she knocks, and she's greeted with 3 very tall men, just kind of looking at her and questioning. And so she just is like, "Hello, I believe I have the right room. My name is Agent Agnes. I've been sent here, and I got pretty sure this is the right room."
Jim will stick his hand out. Jim Duffy, how the hell are you?
You get a little bit of a side eye from Strauss. Okay.
And you hear like a woman's voice from behind her as this hallway's coming down. It's like, "Let her in, boys. She's here with us. Come on. Everybody in." And you guys, if you poke your head out, you see a woman that has red hair that's like slightly graying. She looks like she's in her early 60s. She's wearing a purple blazer with a silver button-up shirt and black slacks. Her face is it's wider, but it angles sharply towards her chin. And she has a slightly larger than average nose. She's got small brown eyes. And you would know her as Director West. She is the person who hands out jobs to you guys. I based her off of Joan Cusack. That's what I was going for. So if you want a visual image.
Love it.
And so she kind of walks up behind and ushers you guys in. She's got an envelope in her hand and kind of, like, "Sit down, everybody. Good to see you again, Arcel. You will notice that we have a new face. Agent Agnes, this is," goes around the room and points everybody out. She kind of is pausing there a little bit. Well, the reason I called you guys here today is I need you to investigate the death of Agent Rutsack.
Excuse me?
And she kind of like paused a little bit. She's like, "Agent Rutsack was found dead of suicide a week ago. And we are in the year 2017. I should probably have cleared that by now. Rutsack's real name was Arthur Donnelly. He traveled to a house in Ellensburg, Washington on, it would have been, about 4 or 5 days ago. Killed himself, they believe, with a straight razor. We need to figure out why." And she's very she's trying to figure out the best words to go about this.
Is this the best? I mean, is this all the information you have for us?
She's like, "No, I'm getting there." And it's probably like October 2017. We're gonna call this one Operation Iago.
Say Iago?
Yeah, IAGO.
Like the Shakespeare character or parrot.
Yeah, as I said, the parody.
Yes. Now you're speaking my language.
Who the fuck is Shakespeare?
I was just watching the Kids in the Hall skit on the new season.
I still need to watch that.
And one of the things, like, this guy wishes that his bust of William Shakespeare comes to life, and it does, but it's just like bleeding profusely because it's like it has no arms and like a stomach. And so like half of it is just him like doing that, and then the other half is just like Shakespeare watching like Jackass and all this stuff. The guy's like, "Why are you watching this?" Like, "Because I've never seen TV before, you fucking idiot. Go get me some food." Sorry, it just made me remind me of that.
Amazing.
So she pauses and she's like, we don't know why Rutsack traveled there. I mean, he's not even from the area. But as far as we can tell, he didn't show up for work at the FBI. His ex-wife contacted the Trenton FBI office where he worked and reported him missing because she hadn't heard from him or anything. Two agents went to go check his office and his apartment the next day. They found that he left his cell phone behind. They weren't quite sure why. Day after that, we basically worked with the cell phone provider to check his recent movements, figure out what's going on. We found a bunch of would fly over to Ellensburg, Washington, to this house, 1206 Spooner Avenue, and there was multiple visits over like a day or two. He would fly. I mean, he flew, and then he'd fly back, and then like 2 days later he'd fly back there and whatnot. And eventually he went over there one last time without a cell phone. So we called the agency down in Ellensburg. We called the police department and had them go check. And they found his body in the master bedroom. His throat had been slit. From what I understand, the wall was drenched in blood. I believe one of the officers described it as someone set off a bomb full of blood. Obviously, the FBI was notified. The coroner just ruled it a suicide, although they never found a weapon. Obviously, they could tell it was some sort of razor that did it, but they couldn't find the razor in the house. The odd thing here is that the suicide was in the exact same location and the exact same circumstances that a young woman who had bought the house 16 months before died under. She was found in the exact same spot, the exact same slice.
Haunted?
That's spicy.
Obviously,
I need to get that stamp.
the agents checking into this contacted us and sent us in to investigate. Now, honestly, Rutzak had developed a reputation among his peers. He was, we talked with obviously his ex-wife. He was depressive, obsessive, and basically overwhelmed with stress. And going into his search histories and all of that, it seems like he had become preoccupied with this house in Ellensburg. Now, the house has had a strange history. I don't know if he knew about the history or whatnot of it, but it seems like either he went to the house and had some sort of emotional crisis and killed himself. We don't know, but the more we dug into this house, there's a string of murders and, suicides. There's a man who shot himself and his wife. Someone tried to light themselves on fire in the house, but a neighbor came over and put it out. There's been multiple suicides throughout the years. We need to figure out what's going on with this house. Is there something there? Is this just a string of coincidences? I don't know. And that's why we're sending you guys in to figure out why Rutzak did this.
Okay.
She's kind of pauses. I haven't really thought of a cover yet. I'm still trying to work that out if you have any ideas. The easiest thing, we can say you're from the FBI, but if the local PD hears about it and starts questioning why the FBI is still looking into it, that might start, bring you some unwanted attention.
Whoa.
The other thought I had is maybe you guys pose as potential realtors and you're trying to refurnish the house and you come up with an alibi there. I'm just trying to think of a reason why you guys would be visiting that house at all times of night and in and out of there potentially. So,
Mr. Donnelly was from New Jersey,
yes.
so we did cross state lines.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, I was
go.
going to say,
I mean,
yeah.
they did rule it a suicide, so it's not like he committed a crime.
Yeah. So they're just trying to. Yeah. So she's like, if you guys want to go with FBI, go with FBI. Just know that they might ask questions.
Say he has a potential connection to a crime in his home state.
Sure. Just whatever you
He's
guys
under
know.
investigation.
Just make sure you have some sort of coverage or alibis, or you can lead people astray as you need. I don't know if the local PD is going to come sniffing around. Just giving you guys a fair warning.
Jim definitely might be able to get a legit DEA investigation out there.
Oh.
He can be like, well, a few years back we found this house that was, all the walls were laced with fentanyl. Yeah. We never found it. The new owners were going crazy, so we had to requisition the whole house, tear it down, get it all out of there.
Well, if you think that might help, I think it's keep it in your back pocket. And she kind of just pauses. She's like, you're going to have 2 friendlies to help you out on this. And she kind of slides you each a phone. She's like, and if you look at the phone, it's got 3 numbers. It's got a number for Director West. It's got a number for these 2 other people. There's Elizabeth Tucker. And she is she's an antique dealer who lives in Yakima, Washington. can call her if you need if there's anything with the house antique wise or looking into the old kind of stuff. And then there is Emil Jarl, who is a parapsychologist.
Can you spell that for me?
EMILYARROW.
He's a parapsychologist?
Yes, he's a parapsychologist, and he is a associate professor of abnormal psychology at Central Washington University. Finally, we have a green box at a store and more located on 819 Dolark Lane, Unit 2230 that you should check out if you need. There might be something there useful. And so you see on the phone like that address is like saved in as a note.
Cool.
So I don't know how long this is going to take for you guys to take a look into, but try to keep it clean, try to keep it tight, do your best to fly under the radar. Small towns, sometimes they start asking questions when big city folks or FBI starts come digging around, so I would just say use extreme caution when talking with individuals, leading on. But you guys, this isn't your first rodeo, so I'm going to trust you.
Well, it sounds like it might be hers, but yes.
And show her how to do it right. And she kind of was like, "You guys have any other questions?" And I think she would hand you over. She'd hand you over paperwork that just kind of goes through like the autopsy, photo of him, just kind of the general notes that I gave you are going to be all like
And so there are no in that paperwork that's like really one wound. It's
Yep,
right on the neck.
right on the neck.
Any drugs in his system?
Nope, no drugs.
Was the wound from left to right or right to left?
It was dominant hand.
Dominant
over,
hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would have been right to left.
Because he was left-handed.
Yeah.
Do we know if there was any connection between him and the previous homeowner?
Not that you found. Not that they have. He had been doing searches of the house around the time that she bought it. They found search evidence as far back as then, like 16 months ago.
And that like Redfin or like agency database searches, or
They didn't go that in depth. They just kind of looked at his search history, and they saw him looking up the property on Redfin about the time that she bought it, like 16 months ago. So they even have like a plane ticket of him flying out to like one of the open houses and walking it.
Oh.
So,
I think the first thing Agent Agnes would ask for is the phone that he left behind.
yeah, they can give you his phone.
Okay.
So
That would probably be the first thing she looks through.
okay,
Is that left at the at his work or at home?
it would have been evidence that they took from his house. So she's like, that's probably gonna take me a day or two to get that from him, but I can have it emailed to you once I. Just let me know where you guys are staying in Ellensburg, and I can get it sent over overnight.
Did you say that? Sorry, did you say that this was on the market for that long? Like the house has just been vacant?
The house has been vacant ever since the
16 months ago, the last owner.
Emil, her name was
Emil Yarrow.
No, that's us parapsychologist. I don't believe you gave us
Yamila Azara.
Can you say that again?
YAMILLA ISARI. Yamilia Isari. She bought the house 16 months ago, and then within about 3 days of owning the house, she killed herself in the house. So,
Okay.
and maybe it was longer than that. It could have been longer, but she wasn't in the house for more than a month before she committed this, killed herself.
And you said that girl died the exact same way,
Same,
the same place.
Same place.
Okay.
Same room, everything.
And then you
the
said
master bedroom upstairs.
And there's previous murders, but were those like you said? People, not murders, but people had died in this house, but
Yes.
even before her.
Yeah.
But those were different ways or same way.
There were different ways.
Okay, got
The ones that they were able to find out is just like headline ones, like a guy, shot his wife with a shotgun, then shot himself. Another one was someone tried to light the house on fire, but a neighbor came over and put it out, but the guy died in the blaze. Obviously, this suicide. There was another suicide of Agent Donnelly, and then there's a couple others, but you have to probably do more research once you get there to figure out all the details.
Well,
I'm kind of nervous about thinking of a reason for us to be there.
Well, I would say it draws less suspicion to be there under pretenses such as bombing for insects, or perhaps there's a gas leak. That way, when people see us there, they're helping instead of taking note of our presence.
We could even try to get one of those big circus tents for
Right.
fumigation.
Maybe. But where does so you know that
If you Google the house, it's right off of 2nd Avenue. So 2nd Avenue runs this way in Ellensburg, and Spooner Avenue is right off of it, and the house sits on the corner. It's a corner lot.
cool.
So
I can't imagine. I think is Spooner actually an actual?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say that my brother lived in a house in Ellensburg, basically exactly right off 2nd in the corner lot,
Yeah,
kind of
2nd
like that.
Avenue is like right behind the Safeway.
That'd be
Yeah.
creepy. Where's your brother?
He's over here now. So do we know where Agent Rutsack was living?
He was, living in his apartment.
I mean, was he living in Washington?
No,
Oh,
he was in New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay, then, Strauss would be like, I don't know if we need to go to that length. We have a perfect justification for the FBI being there. He was under investigation for a crime. He traveled across state lines and killed himself. Maybe we can figure out something from what he left behind.
Yeah, you could say that maybe you're looking for clues there that might have been like a confession or something to his crimes or something like that.
And this is like
First lesson, little lady, keep it simple.
But we also don't want to turn. I mean, the guy was an FBI agent. We
And he's
don't
your
wanna-
friend.
And
Yeah.
he was we don't want to drag his name through the mud and say he committed all these crimes.
Well, we don't need to be specific. We don't need to talk to the press. We just need one reason if anybody asks why we're there.
I have a quick question: did we say this was rented to Emilia?
She bought it.
She bought it.
She's the
She bought-
previous owner,
she's the
killed
previous owner.
herself.
Okay, she actually owned it.
And it's
Okay.
been completely vacant since.
Okay.
And-
Didn't it get she didn't, that house wasn't given to one of her relatives or anything? I'm worried about some ownership.
No. Yeah, they can't tell you if anybody's been to the house. Obviously, no one's been in the house since because Agent Donnelly got in there.
So you said that he's been looking at other houses.
No, he was just
the one?
obsessed with this house.
This house
They
in
don't know
particular.
why.
Flew over multiple times.
Yep.
I didn't write down the timeline you said exactly, but it'd be within a couple days he'd be there.
Yeah, he would
leave and then
fly
come back.
over and then rent a night and then fly back or spend 2 days or 3 days. At one point, you can see in the past he spent a week kind of just there, but you don't know what he's
And
doing.
he didn't buy the house. It's just that
Nope.
this particular visit, he left his phone at home and then
Flew
apparently
over.
killed himself.
Yep.
Well, I'm already suspect because if they say it looks like a blood bomb went off, that's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 8 pints.
It sounds a little bit like
bag.
shooting yourself in the back of the head twice.
Yeah.
You hit an artery. I mean,
Well,
it's going everywhere.
True.
Especially if the
blood's gonna
guy
keep
knows
going.
where to cut. I mean,
Yeah.
right there, you're fucked.
The heart's just gonna keep pumping until it's
Yeah.
no more left.
Yeah, and it pumps for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Then you poop yourself.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you will always defecate when you die. Isn't that just the? I mean, you're dead. You don't have to deal with
I
it
feel
anymore.
like
but-
if
You just loosen up.
pooped and then you die and there's nothing
That's simple.
left, it's just gas.
Pro tip.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
just
poop before you die and you won't poop your pants.
always be empty.
always be.
Well, if we, it's a child's bag. Well, we want to come up with something complicated, we can, but I think we need to get a look at the house.
And
Something doesn't sound right.
You guys would know that Ellensburg is a 2-hour drive
Okay.
off of from where you guys are at.
Strauss would be a little miffed that it flew all the way over to SeaTac.
Chose to fly.
Well, yes, but he didn't know he was going an hour away.
Yeah.
He only flies first class.
Wait, did you really fly into SeaTac from
Tri-Cities.
the Tri-Cities?
Yeah. I mean, it said to meet at the Red Line right by the airport. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
It's like a $300 trip.
But they're not
$100 in
that
gas.
expensive.
Well, gas prices right now would probably be the same
For
price.
yeah, I just
Let's 2017. Gas prices weren't that bad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's back when we asked them to cut production because we wanted the dry prices down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they never brought them back up. Oh, sorry. That's not.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll provide you guys a car. If you brought your car, you can drive that too. It's completely up to you. But they'll get you guys a room at one of the hotels in Ellensburg. There's plenty of hotels. Just pick your suite. I would say probably stay more towards town. The ones, if you get to Ellensburg, anything kind of if you go left off of the exit 109, those are the sketchy areas. That's like where all the truckers stay, and they're not the nicest. If you go more towards town, there's nicer hotel rooms there. So
Okay.
Well, it's October, so
Not a single
think-
fucking Airbnb though.
yeah, there's no
Yeah.
there's no big events. There's no parents in town.
no, there's nothing. I mean,
Plenty of vacancies.
I'm kind of imagining this is going to be like probably 2 weeks before Halloween was kind of my my time frame I was aiming for.
Spoopy
So
time.
it's like, you know, it gets darker sooner. It's still going to be relatively nice over there. It's not going to be raining all the time. But yeah. All right. So you guys pile into a car. Get on the freeway. Do you guys have any chats on the ride there? Catch up with each other, or just kind of
When's
stay
the last
silent?
time we had a mission together?
Let's see here. Let's roll the dice. Looks like I'm gonna say 3 years ago.
Wow.
Holy
Okay.
crap.
So yeah, I mean Delta Green missions aren't constant. Like,
Yeah,
you'll probably
yeah.
get one every like 2 or 3 years. You could go up to like 5 or 6 years without hearing anything. But 3 years ago, you guys had a mission, so you guys haven't seen each other in that long.
Like the anticipation would kill me. It's been like 2 years. I'm like, when's the next one?
It probably just adds to your anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like, well, a reflex. You look a little crazier than last time I saw you.
Yeah, you realize how many bears I've seen?
Yeah, like common out there. Where are you living again?
I mean, I haven't actually seen one, but like they look like bears, and I go out there, and it's the bear's gone. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Reflux, when's the last time you slept?
You know, I'm doing that thing where you like sleep 2 hours on, 2 hours off, you know, that kind of deal. I just get sleep when I can. It supposedly it works, you know, optimize, you know, 4 hour work week kind of thing.
Dude, yeah, I'm definitely. I feel like I've met Reflux.
You get A+.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
care what happens.
So
Ancient
about the
Agnes-
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ancient Agnes would probably just like maintain silence until directly answered or a question was asked in her direction. She's just she's not one that is accustomed to pleasantries. I'll say that.
How old is she again? Like,
She's a FBI trainee, so
Okay.
she's like 21, 22.
gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, super young.
But all business.
All business. She is sane shit.
Oh. Yeah, I don't. Just considering that this guy that we all knew died, I would feel like we're only talking about the case. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I mean, let's just say he was a great guy. You know?
Yeah.
Be definitely upset. I'd be talking about why he did this, who the previous owners of the house were.
Yeah. I guess so. Game wise, what's your guys' first stop? Are you going to go directly check out the house? Do you guys want to go check out the green box first? Do you guys want to split and do that?
What time of day is it at this point?
Yeah, when we get
I'm going to say you
there.
guys probably met around, let's say 10 a.m. Everybody got there and ready to go. I'm assuming most of you probably came the next day. Like you went home, got ready for whatever you needed to do, and then because you had 24 hours, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the only person who probably had to travel super far was Agnes.
Okay.
So, but we'll say you guys are going to pull into town about noon.
Cool. Strauss' first thought would just be like, well, if we get a hotel, we can kind of find something close to town, see how far away from the house we are, and then check out this green box, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say another half an hour to get checked into the room and get everything situated. You guys are. It's about a 10-minute drive through all the Ellensburg. It's like 25, 35 miles an hour, so you guys are probably 10 minutes away from the house to get there. So the green box is more. The green box is probably like a 20-minute drive. It's more.
Okay.
So if you haven't been to Ellensburg, Washington, there is a kind of a out towards the free. There's two entrances into Ellensburg. There's exit 108, exit 109. Exit 109 takes you into the downtown Ellensburg. Exit 108 takes you more into the industrialized area. So I'm thinking this storage unit is kind of over on that side, almost kind of by. There's a place called Perkins. It's like a fancy Denny's. It's kind of out by there. So
Yeah, I don't. So I'm for the Delta Green noob, I don't really know what's in a green box, typically.
Yeah, so a green box is just a storage site for things that Delta Green has found that they don't want people to have.
Oh.
So like there's typically, weapons or just various items there that they don't want the public to have knowledge of. So they stash them all around the country in these things called green boxes.
Like geocache.
Kinda. And so if you go there might be something useful that you can find that might help out. Like you might go there and there's for instance, when we were running Extremophilia, there was like a warhead. There was like a straight up like RPG that you could use later in the campaign for some part. So there's just stuff like that. There was also like a piece of like human flesh that had been molded to like a stone. So there's just like creepy weird shit in them. And there's also just like, it could be just like a box of teeth.
Oh.
And there's just no explanation to
Can
any
I
of it.
have it?
If there's a box of teeth here, you can have
Like
it.
low key, I want it.
So yeah, it's just
Strauss won't let it happen.
You're not
Stays in the
playing
green
your
box.
but also like let's say you have to murder somebody, because I mean, you being Delta Green agents, your job first and foremost is to contain whatever is there. So like I want you guys to remember that you're not playing good people. You're playing people. So if you have to murder somebody and because they know too much, then fucking murder them. Like you're not. No one's gonna be like, well, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Well, this is
You're
America.
now chaotic evil. Like, no, like you're trying to save the world from being encroached upon by like Eldricor. So that would be something where you could be like, hey, we killed this person, we dropped their body off at the green box, go get it, and then Delta Green could send a team out to get the body and take them away.
Well, this is America, so I mean that shit happens every day. Yeah.
So
The ends justify the means.
yeah, so I just want you guys to remember that mindset that when you're playing this game, you're going to be faced with tough tasks, and you're going to have to do things that are bad, and that is part of this game. Like, there is gonna be a part where, like, in Extremophilia, again, I'm gonna spoil it here for people who haven't played it, but like, there's a part where you find a fungal infested baby. And you got to decide whether you're going to murder this infant or what you're going to do with it.
Didn't we kill it?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed it.
So,
Put it out of its misery.
but I mean,
makes sense.
that's what. You're, so just that's kind of the stuff you're up against in this game.
Sheesh.
So, but yeah, so you guys get to town. You know that there's a green box, and you know that there is the house itself. So,
Strauss would, like, after we're checked in, like, I want to check this green box out first. We really don't know what we're going to find in the house, and I'm hoping we got some support, maybe some weapons in the green box. Because he didn't bring...
That's right, because you flew. You
he
didn't
didn't-
bring any guns.
didn't
What
bring
a
anything.
Smart idea for a soldier.
Oh, no. Hey, I don't know what they're going to provide me with.
I like how
Probably
no
nothing.
matter what, Tyler will levitate if he can,
Yeah.
wherever he needs to go.
He's like
Pathfinder
over
joke.
in the Tri-Cities, and he's like, I think I should run. He flies over to this Delta Green mission.
yeah. So you guys are going to head that way first.
I mean, depends on what the rest of them want to do, but that's what Strauss wants to do.
I
to
mean,
check
also
out.
like
We
two
can
people
get
could go
stretched.
check the green box. Two people could go check the house. Like,
Or that,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Or like meet it, like two people can go to the house, or the three of you can go to the house, and then I can just meet later. I guess how many cars? We have one car, right?
I'm assuming.
I brought my 2013 Jeep Patriot.
Okay.
Yep.
Very specific.
I'm assuming that
It's a good, reliable car.
Justice probably drove his like '87 Jeep Wrangler.
Yep, 100%. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's 3 cars.
Okay.
Cool. Well, depending
Yeah.
on how you want to split it up, where do you guys want to go first?
Oh man, we're splitting up already. Hold on.
Love it.
I think I would be very interested in going and seeing the house.
Okay.
Okay.
Agnes would be all about that house action.
Okay. What about you, Eustace? What about you, Flux?
So Director West didn't tell us anything like important in the green box at the moment, right?
No, she doesn't know what's there.
Okay.
So they don't like keep a archive of what's
Yeah.
there. It's just like they just have spots that random agents will drop stuff off at, stuff like that.
Gotcha. So we just want to like see if anything was put in there before.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, I'd probably swing by. Like, probably not that quick. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna make a motion. I'm gonna go get some vape juice, get some drip-tastic, get some drips, and then
What flavor you smoking, bro?
yeah. It's strawberry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Strawberry.
You know, so it's bad for you, right?
Yeah. And then I go to the green box.
Dude, it is 2017, so I think people are still
They're still
heavily
heavily.
Oh, yeah.
Fat clouds all day.
I green box my car, and then I go to the green box.
So how about you and so you and Strauss can go to the green box. I'm sure Strauss will be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So Strauss and Reflux, please leave the room. So Agent Agnes and Jim Duffy, you guys, I'm assuming you're probably gonna take Jim Duffy's Jeep over to this house. You pull up in front of it and you see, it looks like the lawn, the front yard at least, has been mowed down. Like it's not super, it's more overgrown towards the house, but at least like the main lawn looks like it's been cut probably in the last couple weeks.
Okay.
So I would think that you probably assume that the neighbors have been doing it just to probably like keep appearances on the street looking good. Like they don't want that super ratty house, but you can tell there's like a clear delineation of how close they're comfortable getting to the house. Like the closer you get to the house, the more overgrown it is. So they'll maybe, if the lawn's 6 feet, they'll mow 3 of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So, but yeah, you guys pull up. It's probably about, we'll say close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're just staring at this like slightly 2-story house. It's a large house. It's got, like, you see there's a upper window kind of there, like that you assume is the master bedroom. And yeah, you're just staring at this house that at least one of your friends or fellow agents has killed himself in.
Which room was that?
The master bedroom.
Master
Up
bedroom.
top. And I'm assuming they would have given you a handout of the house itself, so you would know.
I'm just gonna put a little fellow with cross eyes on here and make sure that's the death room right there. A little tongue sticking out.
And so you guys, I'm assuming you approach the front door.
I think I would probably take a look on the outside, the exterior. While it's light out, we have a good vision on it. Try to take some mental notes on if there's anything wonky going on the exterior.
What's your willpower score?
Willpower score says 14.
Okay.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah, WP.
Yeah.
14. Okay, what's yours, Jim Duffy?
14.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you guys, you get up to start to walk the house, and you're like, if you walk one side, you see that there's not a whole lot, but as you get towards the front door where it's a lot more overgrown, you guys look down, kind of like there's some bushes, like there's like some overgrown bushes up front, like I'm assuming there's kind of like a patio foray that lead in like a porch and like a foyer. So on the porch there's probably like a little bit, like maybe a little bit of a walkway, like a covered awning, and there's some bushes and whatnot. And you see there's something wet behind some of the bushes, like red, and it looks like slightly wet.
Okay. Since I would picture Agnes being like she's a very prepared person. So like I picture her having like a little tiny forensic kit on her. So she would probably like take out a rubber glove and try to inspect it a little bit closer.
Okay. You pull away these bushes and you see written in blood is a message that says, "Hell is me."
Hell is me.
I need you both to roll sanity check.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see. That is.
And that's against my current sanity?
Against your current. Okay. Roll against your current sanity. You gotta roll your sanity or under.
We're good. I got a 50 under 70.
Okay.
That's good. Okay.
That's good.
I got a 2 under 56.
You guys don't lose any sanity, but yeah, written, kind of obscured by these bushes is "Hell is me" written in blood.
Hell
And
is-
that's against the house?
Yeah, covered in these bushes. And like the front door area.
And it's wet?
It's like, looks like it's slightly wet and drying.
So, okay.
slightly wet and drying.
Like you can see, it's like it's
Wow, so
starting
it's
to
like-
dry up, but there's still parts of it that might be a little wet.
Okay, so but if it's still red and not brown,
Yeah.
that means it hasn't
It's-
oxidized yet?
Yeah, it's still red.
So, do you want to look around and see if we can find what this is from?
Well, someone obviously had to go behind these bushes to write this message
True.
rather recently.
Yeah.
So if it was recently, let's take more look around to see.
Give me a search roll from both of you.
Sure. Search is located alphabetically. Look at that.
Search is pretty low.
That's what you got.
44 above 20.
That's a critical fail.
I got a 16 below 60 for my search.
Nice.
Okay. I should have asked you what your score was. Yeah, 60 is enough. You don't see any other footprints around here.
Okay.
The only traffic that you see is in the grass area. You don't see anything coming closer to the house.
All right. Can I make a forensics roll just to see if I can see anything?
Sure. What's your forensic score?
My forensic score is 50.
Cool. That's good enough. You can take a sample. You can run it, but you don't know what it is until you run a sample of it.
Perfect.
So I'm assuming your test. I don't know what a forensic test would come with if you test for human blood or whatnot. I don't know how
I think it would be
It would-
really basic. So
Yeah.
like human blood. If it had like.
We'll say a kit does it. So you take a little bit of this and you put it onto your slide,
Mhm.
and the way that it like oxidizes. I don't know the full fucking term of this, but the more it gets broken down, you're pretty sure that this is dog blood.
Dog blood.
Oh.
She of course relays this information
Hmm.
to her coworker.
And so you guys are standing at the door of this house. What do you guys do?
I think like Agnes is gonna take that power stance because she thinks she did something pretty cool. So
You
she's
should.
gonna like hook her thumbs into her belt, and she's just gonna like start thinking, like looking at the house, like what's our next step?
So we have gone the entirety of the house.
As far as you can, like the backyard
Okay.
is fenced in.
Oh, do you want to hop that fence and go back there first, or do you want to go into the house?
Let's hop that fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna like
What's your guys' athletic scores?
dangle my
Um,
hand over there and see if I can find a latch.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a luck roll. Give me a luck roll for that. So straight at 50-50. See if you find a latch.
5.
Cool. You find a latch and you pop it open, and the backyard is overgrown as fuck. Like the grass is up to your almost to your knees. The grass back here is probably like 2.5, 3 feet tall.
Wow.
At points. And you see there's a door that leads in. If you walk up to it, the blinds are slightly drawn, but it seems to lead into. Where it leads into. I should have printed myself out a map. So give me a sec.
I don't think he expected us.
It looks
to
like
hop
it
up
looks
there.
like it goes into the den. So you'll see at the den. There's a door that looks like it leads out. So the blinds are slightly drawn and whatnot. But if you peek in through there, you just see there's a bunch of boxes stacked up. Looks like moving boxes stacked up in there.
Moving boxes. Okay.
And do we know? Does this house currently belong to anybody?
Nope.
So someone was moving things on the inside, and it
So,
might have
well,
been.
you remember, 16 months ago, this person moved in.
Oh, and then just kind of off themselves.
Yeah. So I think you would probably think either no one ever came and got that stuff, but you don't know enough about this person to know why.
Okay. And God, this is probably a silly question. There's no corpse of a dead dog anywhere to
Yeah,
be
right.
seen, right?
Nope, there's nothing back here.
Okay.
And so, okay, after another full search, there's nothing.
Nope.
Okay, so I'd say we're good to go.
I would say the next step Agnes would take is to see if any of the neighbors have any indication from the outside that they own a dog.
Good point.
Who owns a dog? They.
Any of the neighbors, like, do they have a fenced yard? Do they have a doggy door? Do they have? any...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can hear other dogs barking around the neighborhood and stuff like that.
Okay, so
But,
there's no indication that whatever dog this is was housed nearby.
I don't think you'd be able to figure that out. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to tell what strain of blood, what kind of dog this came from. You just
Okay.
know that it is a dog blood. It's dog blood.
Cool.
So yeah, I would go in, I guess.
All right.
Um,
You guys are gonna push open the door, knock. What are you guys gonna do?
we could try to go through
You
the
don't
den
need to.
window.
Yeah.
We should probably work out an MO while we're there before we find anybody in there going, what are you doing in here?
Yeah, I'd say we are from the city, and we're testing the soil samples to make sure that the house is still up to code to be for sale.
There you go. Okay.
It's a fucking good plan. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very good at lying.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna go through the den door, or you're gonna go through the front door?
Well, let's check the den door to see if it's unlocked.
It is locked.
It is locked. Okay. Let's see.
I'd say probably just front door.
Okay.
Yeah, like we can. How much time has passed by this point? Do you think?
It's probably been like half an hour.
Half an hour.
It's probably So it's about 2:30 now.
All right. Yeah. I wouldn't really want to. I mean, we could wait for the guys to come back with the green box, but I feel like we're wasting time at that point.
Yeah, I feel like Jim Duffy is definitely like classic trainee, wants to do it by the book. Yeah, we can definitely wait for the guys. It would probably be safer.
Yeah, just because like outside's a little bit safer, especially during the daytime, but because there has been so many suicide/murders, we don't know what's really happened on the inside of this house. It'd probably be safer with numbers and guns. Yeah.
With the hell is me written on... We have guns, don't worry. With the hell is me written on the house, would we think that anybody is in imminent danger?
I don't know if you get that. I don't think. I mean, it's kind of hidden on the side of the house.
Okay.
Here, so.
And this is probably superfluous and doesn't really matter. Does Hell is Me look like it is incomplete? Like they just ran out of blood and we're
Nope.
trying to write something
They
more?
just wrote "Hell is me."
Is it all in capital letters?
No, each of the first letters is capitalized. So
And
capital H, ELL, capital I, S, capital ME.
Okay. And then the last question is, does the penmanship have a slant, i.e. can we tell if it's right-handed or left-handed?
I don't think you could.
Okay, cool.
No. So,
Would a 40 in history or a 30 in occult tell me anything about that phrase, hell is me?
That's a good question.
you could give me an occult roll and see, but
Okay.
I have neither, or else I would help.
53 over 30. Nope.
yeah, nothing's ringing a bell.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you guys just gonna hang out here until the other guys show up?
Yeah, we could probably radio in at some point and like ask how far away they are. If they're just like, yeah. Well, from there we'd probably discern. But I think the smart thing to do is just to wait. And plus, this is like October, and so sun's probably setting sometime around 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay. Both of you give me a power roll.
Power.
So it'll be power times 5.
Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Rolling rocks.
No, dude. 98 over 70.
Oh, I thought you rolled 8.
Oh, 98 over 70. That's
I got
bullshit.
18 under 70.
Okay.
Nice.
You should take your headphones off and plug your ears.
Okay.
Fuck.
Agent Duffy, you are sitting there outside of the house, and you start to hear piano music coming through the door. You just hear the soft keys of music. Do you have art by chance?
No, it's art, speech writing, and educational writing.
Okay. Do you have... I'm assuming you're a guy that probably listens to music quite often.
Big music guy.
Okay. You know that this is Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. And you just hear the chords just softly being played through the door. And that's what you hear.
What?
And that's where we're going to end the session. Thanks, everybody.
What? Dude, what?
We cut to the interior of an office sometime in the future. We see the year 2019 come up across the screen, and the plaque on the desk reads Sarah Cunningham. We see an older woman in her mid-60s with red and gray hair typing away furiously at a keyboard. She looks to be trying to finish some sort of report. She hears her phone buzz. Glancing down at the number, she replies, Director West.
Director, is this a secure line?
Of course, sir. No eyes or ears on my end.
How's the report on Iago coming?
Well, sir, I'm just about finished with the write-up. Do you want me to send it your way when I'm done?
I think it would be best for eyes and ears only this time. Do you have time to meet?
Yeah, let me finish right up on my end. Should take me maybe a few more hours. Do you want to meet then?
We look forward to the debrief. Shall we meet in the usual spot?
Of course, sir. You always know how to treat a lady right. I'll call you when I'm leaving.
Thank you, West. See you soon.
Sir, one more thing. Is there something that I need to know? Why is this urgent that you need to get the details?
Something else popped up in the area of Iago, and they might be connected. Need to hear the report to see if they are.
Understood, sir. Understood.